Happy Wednesday, everybody. Starting our slow and simple yoga in just a few moments. Just giving you a chance to join us here live at 7 o'clock, or you can come back to this video anytime that you need to reset and slow down. For those of you who are normally here on a Wednesday night, you know that this class is really geared toward relaxation and stress relief in a very real and physical way. I bring in lots of different techniques and breathing and moving and just ways to calm into the mind and the body. If you have a blanket handy, make sure that you have a nice sturdy one around to sit on and to maybe cover up for some comfort toward the end of class. And also have a pillow for you or near you, maybe even a couch cushion, maybe maybe just your bed pillow, something nice and sturdy that you can we'll use in a couple different ways during class. And we'll start in just about 2 minutes. Have fun and enjoy this. This class meant to bring health and well-being to you in a very real way, and being able to practice in the comfort of your own home. Make sure that it is comfortable. Make sure that you've dimmed the lights and turned your ringer off and found really comfortable clothes and maybe even some soft music playing as well. So we'll start here in just a moment. Let's go. 2 minutes till start time. Just giving people a chance to join here this Wednesday night. And we'll start off in easy pose. We're not starting yet, but if you are here with us, that's where we'll be starting. You can sit on your blanket if you have it. I've kept my socks on and my sweatshirt on just because it's nice to be warm as you're relaxing. Start to come into a longer spine. For those of you just joining, my name is Susie. I'm a yoga teacher here in West Dallas, Wisconsin. I found yoga about 6 years ago when I was dealing with a lot of mental and physical health problems, going to and from the doctor all of the time, and yoga just came to me in a time that I really needed it. And this kind of class, this slow and simple reset, this was where I needed to start. When I started doing yoga, I was healing from 8 broken ribs, and this kind of place where I could just stretch gently and could change what the teacher was telling me without anyone seeing me. I really do love a home practice. I love being able to have this opportunity to come to you into your home, where you're comfortable, where you can try the moves, where you can write down questions you might have. You can send them to me later. And really invite your family members into your practice here. This kind of class, surprisingly, is really accessible for everyone, even kids. So let's come into a nice, quiet place to start class. Coming to sit tall, maybe sitting on your blanket. If you're just joining us now, make sure you have a nice blanket and a comfy pillow as well, so that we can come to lay down in comfort a little bit later in class. Rest your hands palm down and curl your fingers around your knees, reaching forward for the knees a little bit and even leaning back a little bit to bring a little stretch into the shoulders. Let your eyes close. Notice how you're breathing. For even getting any instruction at all, just notice how your normal breath is coming in for you. Notice how full it is. Notice if there's any glitches or hitches or rough patches. Your eyes stay closed or looking down at the earth. You want everything to start to come slower, start to come smaller. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into the lungs. Breathe into the shoulders. Exhaling slowly. Just remembering the magic of breathing. You can start to bring your breath into your body in a mindful way. And especially for this class, being able to let that breath go in a mindful and purposeful way, you start to invite stress to leave the body in a physical, mental, and a spirit way. Just feeling the places where your body is resting on the earth, the sides of your feet, your sit bones, your glutes. Where are you pressing into your support? Notice how tall your spine is, relaxing the shoulders down, lengthening into the back of the neck. And 5 more slow, full breaths into the belly, into the lungs, into the heart. Let your eyes gently open. Stretch our hands back behind us. Fingers will press away from the body and lengthen out into the legs. Feet pressing into the earth, but as far away from the body as you can manage while keeping the knees bent. Just bringing the soles of the feet to the earth. Bend into the elbows a little bit and lift up into your heart. Don't collapse into the shoulders here, but keep this open space through the chest and through the sternum. And feet pressing in, simply drop your knees over to the left and turn and look over the right shoulder, creating a twist in the body. And then lift up into the right shoulder a little bit, into the right collarbone. If eyes are open, you're looking really impassively at the wall or at the ceiling. Better yet, eyes are closed. Just allowing the body to take this journey into relaxation. This class is 75 minutes long, and it really does take that long to bring the body into a state of healing, into a state of calm, purposefully and mindfully. Feeling the feet press into the earth, feeling the arms, the hands press into the earth. Roll yourself through center, knees fall over to the right, palms press in, lift up through the heart, and twist yourself to the left, opening up into the heart, opening up into the lungs, little bend in the elbows. If your arms are tired, you can flip those fingers around, making it a little bit more comfortable. 2 more breaths here, opening up into the heart. Relax the eyes, relax the jaw. And slowly come center. Release the arms, bring the soles of the feet together and bring those arms out in front of you. Roll into the wrists a few ways. And then the other way. And then hands will come down to your ankles, wrapping those fingers around. And same thing like when we were in easy pose, the arms will go long and lean back just a little bit to create that little stretch in the sides of the neck and the shoulders. If the ankles are too far away, you can slide the hands to the shins and instead. Just leaning back a little, still long in the spine. You're pressing into the sacrum to create that lengthening, no rounding into the low spine, just that stretch in the shoulders, the shoulder blades. Slowly lift yourself to neutral spine, face back to center, and bring the legs together, stretching them out long for staff pose. Toes will come straight up toward the ceiling, sitting on the blanket. You can move the flesh out of the way of the sit bones to really create that steady base. Toes pressing up, shoulders relaxing down, and rest your hands down onto the earth. Eyes will drop closed. And notice here that this pose takes a little bit of oomph. The heels flexing away from the hips, the knees pressing down, sit bones pressing in, creating length in the spine. 3 breaths. Inhale belly, inhale heart, inhale shoulders, exhale slowly, releasing tension purposefully and mindfully. And move with the breath here. Open up into the hands. The palms roll up toward the ceiling. Reach your arms away from you, but the fingers still nice and low, creating length in the sides of the neck as you lift up through the toes. Press down through the sit bones. As you inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And as you exhale from the hips, reach forward toward the toes. Palms can flip toward the earth. And then inhale, reach right back up. Bring the arms long. Exhale, hands will drop down to the earth, palms press in, feel that sense of stillness and groundedness. When the inhale starts, flip the palms up, reach the arms up, lengthen as much as you can. Exhale, folding forward from the hips, the knees can bend just a little. Let yourself move slowly here, press into the knees, reach through the arms, inhale. And exhale, hands return to your sides, palms press in. We'll do this a few more times, just allowing the process of slowing down. Inhale, palms reach up, palms press together. From the hips, reach forward. Try to reach past your toes if you can. Inhale, reach those arms up, lengthen the whole body. Hands come down to your sides, palms press toward the earth. 2 more. Inhale, reach up, lift up, palms press together. Exhale from the hips, folding forward, try to reach past the toes. Inhale, lengthen up, creating the space through the stretch of the arms, and exhale, hands to your sides. Hands press in. Last one. Reach up. Fold forward. Reach up. Inhale. And hands come down to your sides. Bend into one knee, then the other. The soles of the feet come to the earth. Hands to your shins, lift nice and tall into the spine. I'll turn to the side here. We're going to fold forward into a really quieting pose. The feet are as far away from you as possible, but while still keeping the feet nice and firm on the ground. Hands wrap around the shins, lift nice and tall into the spine. And slowly start to fold forward, trying to lay the belly down toward the thighs. And here you have options. Maybe you'll bend your elbows and bring your head to rest in your hands. Maybe you'll fold the arms and rest the forehead to the hands. Maybe it'll feel nice to give the legs a little squeeze, a little hug as you rest forward. Any option that feels nice to you is the right one. We're going for this really quieting forward fold. The science of forward folds is really grounding. It's really anti-anxiety. It's really anti-panic. When you can make the world smaller, pressing forehead into the hands or into the arms, noticing how the feet are pressing into the earth. Notice how the sit bones are pressing into the earth, and breathe deeply into the back of your body. And each inhale creating space. And each exhale creating calm. Take about 10 more breaths here. Really just slow down. Give yourself permission to quiet in. Remind yourself you're in a safe place. You're in a quiet place. Just allow everything to sink. 8 more breaths. Notice how you're breathing. Slowly start to sit back up. Roll the shoulders back and down a few times. And then stretch those legs out. And shield wiper into the legs a few times, pressing into the hands and lifting tall into the spine. And let's return to easy pose, and we're going to move into some spinal circles here. You can also just go and sit on a nice sturdy chair if you'd like. If your knees don't like to be bent in easy pose so much, you can also lengthen them out into that staff pose where we just were, or even come into that bound angle pose. The chair is also nice. So lifting tall from the spine, the hands are going to go to the knees just as we did in our first position. That right heel, or right leg in front, right heel flexing out, left heel, or the shins parallel to each other, left heel also nice and steady. Relax your eyes, lengthen into the back of the neck. And take a deep belly breath. This time of night, if you have already eaten your dinner, this is a great way to kind of help digestion along. Even if you haven't eaten dinner yet, it's still so nice to do this. Hands pressing into the knees, lift tall, and as you inhale, start to roll to the right, coming into a full spinal circle as you roll forward. And as you exhale, roll back, feeling the weight shift and move in the sit bones. Pressing into those feet, rolling forward, inhale. And exhale, slowly rolling back. Eyes can drop closed once you have the rhythm. Really trying to rotate from the base of the spine up into the neck and shoulders. Relaxing back around. 3 more. It's a great place to notice your hips and your breath. Reach the arms back, stretch the legs long. And then left leg comes in front, right leg behind, flexing through both heels, creating that steady base. Hands to the knees and rolling left now. Inhale as you roll forward, leading with the heart, leading with the chest. Exhaling as you roll back, curling and rounding, feeling the weight shift. Once you have the rhythm, let your eyes close. Comfort in this pose, just absolute nourishment for the spine in general, for the hips, and shoulders. Notice your breath, inhaling front and exhaling back. Back to center. Hands will reach back behind you. Legs go out in front of you, and give yourself a little windshield wiper here. And continuing into our movement of the spine, let's come up and over into tabletop position. You can bring the blanket along with you for comfort under the knees, or simply roll that mat up a little bit. If you're at home and don't have a yoga mat, you don't need one. You can throw a towel down on the ground, or a blanket, or nothing at all. Knees come nice and wide of the hips, hands under the shoulders, shoulder blades spread back and down. Press down through the feet, spread out through the hands. Let's take 5 breaths here, just quieting in. Essentially tuck the chin under, let the crown of the head fall toward the ground. Still nice and long through the tailbone, through the belly, through the shoulders. Relax the breath. And let's move into cat-cow. As you inhale, belly drops down, heart and hips lift, elbows can bend, create space in your heart. Exhale, curl and round, press the ground away, cat stretch. Keep going, inhale as you curl and round, coming up. Open the heart and exhale, curl and round. Find that cat stretch. We'll keep going here, about 10 more rounds. Inhaling as you open up into your heart. Exhaling as you curl and round, just feeling that length through the whole
spine. Inhale. And exhale. Press through the whole hand. Make sure you're not rolling to the outside edges, but feeling that pressure through the index, through the ball mound of the thumb. Keep going. Let's take 2 more. This time, as you come into the exhale position, have an open mouth exhale. Inhale, create space and length into the heart, into the spine. Exhale through the mouth. Come back, neutral spine. Settle back, child's pose. We're creating quiet in the body. Just relaxing back as far as is comfortable for you. So many variations for a child's pose. If it's okay for you, you'll rest your forehead to your hands or to the ground, to the earth. Child's pose, a wonderful place to really make that world smaller. I'm a firm believer in this pose. Even 3 minutes in this pose can reset your day. It can calm anxiety and lift depression. Let's just listen to the sound of our own breath, letting the world become smaller. Ten more breaths right here in this pose. Feel free to move around a little and adjust as you stretch and open here. Really extend the arms forward. Slow and easy. Stay low in your child's pose. Walk your arms over to the right. Drop back through the left hip a little bit, creating some space in the side of your body. You can turn your face so that you have comfort in the neck. Right arm can bend as that left arm extends forward. And several breaths here, this lateral stretch. Relax into your face, really let go of tension in your jaw and your cheeks. Just give yourself time to calm and relax. Staying low, move through center. Walk the hands over to the left. Dropping back through the right hip. And have a little bend in the left arm as the right arm extends long. Turn toward the right with the face and just breathe here into this stretch. Noticing the sound of your breath coming in through the nose and the sound of your breath going out through the nose. Slow down. And gently come back through center, walking hands back. And then come back into tabletop position. Left leg stretches back, toes to the earth, and find a little back and forth movement here, stretching into the ball mound of that left foot and the heel and shin. Little bend in the elbows, shoulders relaxed, breath slow. Another side, left knee comes back, right leg stretches out, toes to the earth, and gliding forward and back into the hands as well. Feel the spread of the hands, of the fingers. So much of calming into the mind is just noticing what the body is doing. Tactically, what are you feeling? What are you hearing? Noticing about the way that your body is moving. Bring that right leg back in. And we're gonna reach the hips up into a downward dog, just long enough to walk the hands back into a ragdoll pose. Really quietly bent in the knees, hands can come to the earth. And just move around here gently in this forward fold, knees quiet. And then notice how you're pressing into the feet. And bring some stillness into the pose. Arms can cross at the elbows, length in the back of the neck. Comfort in the knees, in the legs, in the spine. Breathe deeply into the belly. Let's make our way to a half lift, hands to the shins, spine lengthens. Take a breath here, looking down at the earth, feet pressing in. Exhale. And press into the feet, slowly come on up to stand, reach the arms up overhead. And hands to your sides for Tadasana pose, coming to stand nice and tall. You can move your blanket out of the way. Stand nice and tall in a wide-legged Tadasana pose, so as wide as the mat or as wide as the hips, or maybe as wide as the mat, maybe somewhere in between. And roll those palms open, lift up through the crown of the head, press down into the feet, close your eyes here, and just stand here in this wide version of mountain pose. Feel the weight settling firmly into the feet, pressing back through the knees, pressing forward through the hips and lifting up into the heart. Keep this firmness in the legs. And one hand at a time, bring your hands back behind you.
pressing the hands into the sternum, fingers pressing down, elbows pressing toward each other, collarbones pressing away from each other. Have a little bend in your knees, lift up into the sternum, lift up into the face, and eyes closed or look up. Just brighten your posture here. This anti-slouching shoulders position. It's also a great place to open up into the heart, to energize into any stuck energy that you might be having there. Take another breath. Relax the arms down, straighten into the legs, roll the arms a little, or roll the wrists a few times. And press into the feet. As you inhale, reach up through the arms. And left hand is going to hold onto right wrist. Have a feeling that you're pulling up. And then as you exhale, press over into a side stretch, both feet pressing firmly in, eyes down or closed. Opening here into the right side of your body. And take another breath. Come back through center. Switching sides, right hand circles at the left wrist, pull up a little and then press over to your side stretch. Both feet pressing in, eyes down or closed. Take slow breaths here, feel the stretch in your ribs and the shoulder. Come back through center. Relax your arms down. Shrug the shoulders up as you bend into your knees. Give yourself a few little rolls of the shoulders, a few little bends. Go the other way. Big toes to touch. Tadasana pose, pressing down into the feet, reach tall through the crown of the head. We're going to take about 10 rounds of a moving meditation. Very simple. We're just going to reach the arms up on the inhale and fold forward on the exhale, and then come right back up on the inhale. This is a great way to bring some balance into your blood pressure. If you do suffer from high blood pressure and need to take it a little bit easy, you'll just keep your hands at your hips. You want to just keep the arms out of it. Keep this slowness, this quietness about it. If blood pressure is okay for you though, you're going to use the arms to help you to move and balance that blood pressure. Pressing into the feet. Create this nice length through the whole body. Roll those palms open. And as you inhale, open up through the heart, through the lungs. The palms can press, look up. Exhale as you fold in from the hips. Knees can bend quite a bit, especially if you have low back stuff. All the way up, press through the feet, reach through the arms, circle up, palms press together, and right away fold in, exhale. Inhale, pressing down, reaching up. Matching your pace with your breath, matching your movement with your breath. We'll do this a few more times. Really get into your rhythm. Inhaling as you reach. Exhaling as you fold. Just creating this sense of calm in your body even as you move. Two more slow rounds. Come back up to a standing position. Reach the arms up. Hands will come to your sides. Give yourself a few gentle shoulder rolls and knee bends. I'm going to turn sideways onto the mat. You're going to turn sideways onto your mat. I'm going to stay facing forward just so that you can look over here whenever you need to. And feet are going to go nice and wide. Toes are going to point slightly out, but so are the knees. Make sure that as you bend into the knees, you feel as though the knees and the toes are going in the same direction. Bring your hands to your hips and lift up into your toes. Really power back into the knees. Really firm the legs and lift tall through the crown of the head. We're going to fold forward here into a series of forward folds. We're going to take a couple of passes at this one. Have comfort in your knees and patience here. Forward folds create a lot of change in the body, but they can also create a lot of tension. So we'll use our breath here to really allow the stretch to happen. Press into the feet, lift up through the toes, firm through the legs, almost as though you're shifting the weight back toward the heels. Start to send the tailbone back away from you as you lengthen the chest forward and down. When you're ready, the arms will reach down for the earth, maybe fingertips to the earth, and stay here, taking slow breaths. As you feel the body open, you can fold for more and more forward in. Plenty of people have open hamstrings and chest, can come into this position quite easily. For the rest of us, it might take a few breaths or a few years to open up enough to create any comfort. Have a feeling that you're still pressing down through the heels, pressing back through the sit bones as the crown of the head slowly lowers toward the earth. 3 more breaths. Slowly lift up to a half lift, fingertips to the earth. Maybe you have to heel toe the feet in a little bit. Press into the feet. Reach your hands to your hips, and this is a more active version of this forward fold. We're just going to stay here. Flex back through the sit bones. Crown of the head reaching away from the tailbone. Trying not to look up into the face, but looking straight down at the earth. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. 3 more breaths.
press into your feet. Slowly lift up through the torso and heel toe the feet back in. We'll take a little ankle break here. And we'll come right back into our wide-legged stance. Roll into the ankles. And then start to step those feet out nice and wide again. This time maybe turn those toes in just a little bit and change how you're stretching into the ankles and into the sides of the legs. Hands come to your hips for a moment. Start to lengthen back through the tailbone. Relax down through the shoulder blades. And then arms are going to reach back behind you. If it's okay, you're going to interlace the fingers behind you. If you can't quite reach, that's okay. You're just going to press the palms toward each other. If fingers interlaced, press those knuckles away from you down toward the horizon of the floor. Opening up through your heart, inhale here. And as you exhale, sit back and down through the, or press back and down through the sit bones as the heart comes toward the ground, lengthening out through the crown of the head, reaching up through the knuckles if that's okay. Otherwise, hands can rest on the sacrum. Forward folds like this can often be quite intense in the legs and in the spine. Use slow breath to relax any tension. One more. Mindfully relax the hands down. Come to a half lift. Inhale. Bend into that left knee, turn the toes away from you, walk the hands forward, stretch, and then back through center, turning the toes as you need to and go side to side here, supporting the weight of the body through the hands and just creating a little side to side stretch. One more time. Back to center. Find your half lift. Find your full lift. And then heel toe those feet back together. Roll into the wrists and the ankles one at a time. Bend into your knees a few times as well. And before we come back to down to our backs, I want to give one more opportunity for child's pose. If your knees are tired and you don't want them to be bent anymore, I invite you just to lay down onto the ground. If it's okay for you though, you're going to bend into your knees, coming back to child's pose. And child's pose has so many variations. You can bring your knees close together and fold the torso over the legs as the arms reach back, creating this roundedness through the back of the body and this gentle stretch through the shoulder blades and the lumbar spine. If you find that the body isn't comfortable here or the breath gets stuck, you can lift up instead and bring those knees nice and wide, toes stay touching. And you can bring the forearms down. This is a nice variation. You can stretch the arms all the way forward if that's okay for you, forehead to the earth, or maybe even heart to the earth. Just soften here. And again, if your knees want to be straight, feel free just to lay down onto your belly. Bring awareness into your face again. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. And slow your breathing down. 10 more slow rounds. Slowly start to come on up. We're going to come on down to our backs. As you come to your back, feel free to add any layers you might have taken off during practice. Even though this is quite a slow class, we're about to get slower. So make sure that you feel warm enough. It's hard to relax if you're chilly. Socks on, totally fine. Sweatshirt on, and blanket handy for comfort for our Shavasana. But go ahead and come on down to your back and hug knees into your chest and roll around here gently side to side. I love to do this move whenever we come to our backs, just for the science of it, just for the way that it helps us to ground the energy down into the back now. And this creates that sense of calm in through the body, in through the nervous systems, where you can just feel the whole weight of the body pressing you down and back, feeling the hips settle in and the length of the spine, feeling where the shoulders relax into the earth and the curve of your neck lifting up and the back of your head pressing down. Soften your eyes. Keep your right leg hugging in. Left leg will, or left knee will stay bent, but the left foot comes down to the earth. And interlace your hands around the right thigh. We're in half wind release pose, hugging the right thigh toward the belly. Relax the right ankle. And then left leg is going to open out into bound angle pose. So you're going to open the knee out, the side of the left foot coming to rest on the earth. And just feeling that right leg hugging in, that leg in neutral. And then the left knee opening out, bringing that hip open. Breathe slowly here, feeling the knees go in opposite directions. And relax into the back of the body. Right leg stays as it is. Carefully bring that left knee back up. And then stay here, or stretch the left leg all the way out onto the earth, toes flexing up. Relax the right ankle and hug the right thigh toward the belly a few times, even if the thigh comes nowhere near the belly. Maybe you're further out here because of tight hips. That's fine, no problem. You're just hugging toward the belly wherever you are, feeling this stretch and really encouraging a relaxation into the hips. Let go of effort here. Left leg stays long on the earth. We'll move into a full body twist. Right leg is going to start to come up and over the left side of the body. The hip can come up. You can float here if it's okay. That right leg will come to rest on the left side of the body. Right arm reaches out, turn and look over the right shoulder. That left hand can rest on the thigh if you'd like, that right thigh, or you can stretch the arms out into a full T shape. And this position always seems so joyful. So connect here to a feeling of joy. Connect here to a feeling of gratitude. And slowly start to come back through center, mindful of how you're bringing that spine back to neutral, face comes back, hips come back, and then hug that left knee in the right. Roll around here gently in Apanasana, grounding that energy down and bringing the spine back to neutral from tailbone to the neck, the back of the head pressing in. And the same sequence, second side. Left leg stays hugging in, the right foot comes down to the earth now, the foot pressing in. Hug in with that left leg just as far as you can, just as far as is comfortable. And then right knee can stay as it is, or you'll open out into a bound angle pose on the right side. Left leg hugging in, and really concentrate here on quieting into your breath, on quieting into those hip muscles, letting yourself soften here. Just returning to the breath and allowing yourself to sink in. Left leg stays hugging in. Right leg starts to come back to center. You can stay here or stretch that right leg out, resting it onto the earth, toes pointing up. And just continue to breathe here. Belly opening as you inhale. And another level of relaxation coming over the body as you exhale, sinking in. Finding that long body twist, right leg stays where it is. Left leg starts to come up and over the right side of the body. That left hip leaves the ground. Maybe you're floating here. Maybe you're able to bring the leg to the earth. Right hand to the thigh. Left arm reaches out. Turn and look over the left shoulder and connect here again to that wide open heart. Connect to gratitude for this breath. Inhaling slowly and deeply. Exhaling completely, relaxing the body down. Slowly come back to center, guiding that left leg back, bringing the face back, and then hugging knees to your chest. Soles of the feet come down to the earth. Just take a moment here and arrange the spine nice and long onto the earth, feet pressing in, palms pressing down. Left ankle comes to cross at the right thigh, finding our pigeon stretch. You can stay here for your option. You can hug the leg in just using the hands, or you can hug in using both legs, interlacing the hands around the thigh or around the shin. Relax into that right ankle, flex into the left, and hug in as the tailbone presses down toward the earth. You can have a gentle movement here, seeing if that helps you to open and release into the hips, especially into that left outer hip, but really feeling the stretch in the whole back of your body as you hug those arms in and settle the weight into the mat. Several more slow breaths, just allowing yourself time to relax. Right foot back down to the earth. Uncross the left leg and take a moment here in neutral. Roll around a second. right ankle comes to cross at the left thigh, flexing through the heel. Stay here, or hug in with the arms, or hug in with that left leg helping you. Interlacing and then softening in. Relax the left ankle as you flex through the right ankle, hugging in, and maybe you'll move gently here side to side, creating this sense of steadiness under the body as you release into the hip. And relax back down. Left foot comes down, right foot unwinds. And our final move here before Shavasana, we're actually going to move with our breath. We're going to come back into this place of moving meditation just for a moment or so. So arms are going to stretch out in a T shape and flip the palms down. This creates a little bit of steadiness throughout the body because we are going to be moving into our legs and twisting into our spine. Feet pressing firmly in. Maybe even walk the feet out a little bit further than the hips than they were. The knees still nice and bent. Everything in line with each other, hips and ankles in line, hips and shoulders in line, and then shoulders and wrists in line. And moving with the breath here, this is our inhale position. You're opening the belly, expanding the heart. And as you exhale, the knees are going to fall to the right as you turn and look over the left shoulder. We're wringing ourselves out here. In the inhale position, you float back through center, moving with the breath, the palms pressing in for sturdiness, for stability. Knees left, face right as you exhale, bringing yourself out. Inhale, moving so slowly, breathing so slowly, coming through center. Exhaling, knees right, face left. And keep going here. Inhaling, always center, and then just knees and face going opposite direction. This time left with the knees and right with the face. Just keep going. Listening to the breath. Allowing yourself to move here as slowly as possible. Letting stress leave the body. Replacing it instead with that gratitude, that joy. One more time each way, no rush.
to your sides. And we're going to start to stretch out here for Shavasana. You can use your blanket to cover you up now. You can use your pillow as a pillow, or better yet, as a little bit of a lift under your legs. If you are familiar with my Wednesday evening class, you know that we often take those 8-pound bolsters and press them into our belly, into our spine, and just let that be our blanket and let that be a little gentle weight. This just works on the body on a physical level, so if you can create that in your house somehow with a couch cushion or any kind of little weighted pillow that you have, just allow yourself to start to sink in here. Make sure you feel warm enough, make sure you feel safe, your eyes closed. And allow yourself to drift inward here, creating a sense of stillness in the body, the feet softening, the hands softening. Let your exhales create this sense of sinking in to the mat, feeling the belly button fall toward the spine and feeling the spine fall toward the earth. Relax tension through your face, relax tension through your throat, your shoulders, and your chest. And allow yourself to rest here in stillness, joy, and gratitude moving throughout your heart, moving throughout your body, creating this sense of calm for right now in this moment and for all of the moments tomorrow as well.
Noticing what this 75 minutes did for you on this Wednesday evening. Creating a sense of calm in the body so that we can have a good night of sleep and wake up refreshed and awesome tomorrow, ready to tackle whatever the world brings us. Start to add gentle movement into your body, wiggling fingers and toes, and moving arms and legs. As you're ready, turn onto your right side. Take a few breaths here. You can use your arms as a pillow. Once had this little transition pose described to me as hitting the snooze button. I really love that analogy. And as you're ready, press on up into a comfortable seated pose, ending class with a moment of gratitude. This moment of gratitude is always for yourself. Self-care in this world is hard to do, and creating a sense of calm in the body for 75 minutes is a heroic act. And so take a moment here and really thank yourself for settling in and calming down and stretching your body. And we'll end class with the sound of 3 ohms, raising our voices, raising vibrations. A nice, slow, deep inhale. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste. Thank you for joining us tonight, Facebook Livers. If you're catching this as a replay, no worries. The energy is still there. Just enjoy it. And in the days and weeks to come, we will be putting up our live full stream, our full live stream classes, but also we'll be doing shorter versions for when you only have 5 or 10 minutes to grab on your mat. So very happy Wednesday to you all. Reach out to each other as you see the names coming through the chat room. Send each other a message, reach out to each other, check on your neighbors, check on your friends, and reach out if you are the one who needs help. Thanks for being here. Sleep well. Oh. Hi Will. Hi Bill. Hi Melissa. You're welcome for this. Bill Ray, I knew I'd finally get you to a class. Happy Wednesday.